It's time for Coach's Comments here from the Security First Bank North Zone stage, being brought to you by Southside Auto Tech. I'm Joel Norman, and we're joined by the head coach of the Stars, Rocky Russo, after this big win here tonight. 4 points down, 2 to go, Rocky. What really stood out to you the most about tonight's win?
The scoring was spread out. A lot of guys involved and having a lot of success. And, Clabs really needed one. Brennan really needed one. That line played great tonight, and they deserve to get rewarded for their efforts. So penalty kill was really good again. And I thought Mass fought it a little bit early in the game, but settled in. And then his best period was the third period when we really needed him. We didn't exactly script the third period that way. We wanted to push and keep going, but they got us back on our heels at times. We took a couple penalties, and when we needed Lucas, he was there and stood on his head for us. So really proud of him, and a big deserved win for him.
I'm glad you brought up that line for Klobbs, though. That him, Larrigan, and Ali. What really stood out about them? They all had great nights tonight. They
played fast. They touched pucks first. They played physical. They won their battles. Extended their possessions, and then when they did have to defend in transition, they did a really good job of it. So, Clabs I thought was pretty good on the dot. His wingers were doing a good job of helping him win some draws, and they were responsible tonight. I thought all four lines played really well. I thought the Messick line was outstanding. I thought Messick played one of his best games of the year. Danny Sambuco was changing the game with his pace. Dash was really good. Wyatt was really good when he was getting his shifts. So. But Mess and Bucco were line drivers there with that line tonight, and they were able to eat up some 5-on-5 minutes for us that were really important.
Seems like the urgency of a lot of guys has really ramped up this weekend in a way that wasn't quite there the weekend before. What was done, you think, to really encourage or light a fire under some guys this week?
It's just that adversity, right? It's us going through a tough time. We talked about that last night, and you find out a lot about a person's character when bad things go on in their life, and how do you respond to it, and our guys, they battled through a couple tough weekends, and you have to play with that urgency in this league if you're going to win games. We're just not good enough, not us, just in general. Like, every team in this league is so good that if you don't play fast, if you don't play with urgency, if you don't play north, if you don't play physical, you're not going to win. And we didn't really play that way for 3 out of the 4 games last weekend. I thought we did against Des Moines, just didn't get our bounces. But, we need to do a better job of having that urgency all the time. And I think our guys have done a tremendous job with it so far this weekend.
Third game in 3 days tomorrow. 2 wins down, like we said, 1 to go. What's the biggest key to success to wrapping up what you're hoping is a 6-point weekend?
We need to have a road mentality tomorrow, and that means we're going to jump on them and stay on them, but we're going to be disciplined. We're going to try to stay out of the penalty box. We're going to make sure and try to take away their odd man rushes. They're an incredibly talented hockey team. There's no question about it. That top line is really hard to play against, and they get last change tomorrow, so that'll definitely impact the game a little bit. But I feel like we have a few lines that we can trust against the Sukinski line, and if we can hold them off the sheet, at least partially, then we should be okay.
Rocky, thanks for the time. We'll talk to you tomorrow night.
Thanks, Joel.
That was the head coach of the Stars, Rocky Russo, joining us, and this has been Coach's Comments.